This is the Wall Street Shuffle.
Isn't it funny how history repeats itself? We'll see if our predictions come true on that. Fast and Furious, we said a year and a half ago, was going to be the president's downfall. And we'll see if the rumors are true that it does extend through Holder all the way up to the president. We'll see if that is true. However, if anybody were to be able to forecast that, that'd be our next guest, Gerald Celente, great friend of the show. Had him on for years. One of as can't be more entertaining. He's publisher of the Trends Journal and founder of the Trends Research Institute. Gerald, you've got your finger on the pulse of everything, my friend. You know, I've got a question here for you. There's a lot of things we all worry about, but you think that we're worried about the wrong things. What shouldn't we be worried about, and what should we be worried about?
Well, I'll give you an example. This Fast and Furious thing about bringing a big bro Holder, you know, our new big brother, up on for hearings and indictments.
Yep.
It's not about that. Let's look about the real stuff. Go to the Trends Journal.
Yep.
Turn to page 26 and learn all about Holder. Constitution doesn't cover terrorists. In his most forceful defense yet of the Obama administration's use of lethal force against U.S. citizens. You know? And how about the one, you know, I mean, they could call any of us, you, me, anybody that they don't like, saying that we're affiliated with terrorists.
Sure.
And that we have no jury, no trial, no charges. Because Big Bro and the head of the Banana Republic, because that's what this place is turning into, El Presidente, military could come and take us away, never to be heard from again, because they decided. And how about Big Bro's guidelines that nobody ever talks about anymore? And you know those are the ones where the government can now watch us for 5 years, listen to everything that we do, say, write, read, follow us continually, and develop algorithms to decide whether or not we're a potential threat to the state. Oh, yeah, that's right. Big Bro Holder put those guidelines in.
Yep.
That's what he should be being brought up on. It's the same kind of thing. It's just a kind of distraction about the government going after this guy, Roger Clemens. I mean, come on, the guy's playing baseball. You know, how long are you going to go after him? Hey, how about John the Slime Corzine? Oh, you know him, the guy that used to run MF Global. Oh, you don't remember MF Global? Maybe you remember him when he can't find the $1.6 billion that they stole from segregated accounts.
And a good portion of that was yours.
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember him? Oh, he was the former governor and senator of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Couldn't be, because that's why they're not going after him. And then I love it. They call these people. Oh, how about that lady over in, I think it's Oklahoma, Tulsa? Did you hear about that one?
Which one?
They ripped up her entire garden.
Oh, in the backyard.
That's right.
Yes.
And do you know what they call these people? Overzealous law enforcement. Overzealous? How about psychopaths?
Yep. How about the Amish and the fresh milk?
You can't have fresh milk because it'll kill you. That radiation's good for you, though. And all those hormones, hey, they don't hurt you. But don't drink fresh milk that's been fresh for how many tens of thousands of years?
Yep, that's right.
No, the whole thing, the word justice, I'm telling you, it's being misspelled. It's Justus. Just us.
Restricted to a small group of folks.
You're right. The only people that get a free ride are the people that are in with the criminal gang. You know, the corrupt judges. I mean, look at the numbers on the Supreme Court. Only 44% of the Americans think they're supreme, you know?
What do you think the Supreme Court is going to do with Obamacare?
I don't know. And it really makes no difference. Whether it goes through, doesn't go through, we get on the short end. It's a whole thing is a joke. And by the way, when you look at the cover of the Trends Journal, I don't know if you got our last trend alert. I was recently censored by Rotary International.
Really? Yes.
I gave a talk at their district conference. I was the keynote address at their banquet. And I was kind enough to bring with me 200-plus Trends Journals to be distributed.
Sure.
And just before I'm going to go on to the stage, and I had great information for them as well to tell them how to get young people into this old organization and branding issues as well. Anyway, so just before I'm to go on there, the district president comes over to me and said, I'm sorry, Mr. Celente, we removed all of the Trends journals because someone found the cover offensive.
What was on the cover?
The cover is, it says, next train to Auschwitz, all aboard, kiss those calories goodbye.
Yep.
And they're red, white, and blue cattle cars with Made in USA clearly stamped all over them. And what Americans look like today, with a Justin I Love Bieber hat on, a Kardashian purse, a World Wrestling Federation T-shirt, and all, slovenly dressed, pants hanging down below the butt. And this is the state of the nation. But the purpose of this was all our rights are being taken away from us.
How do we decide when you're good at it, I'm good at it, Shane's good at it. How does the average person, when they listen to the news, filter out what is just there to distract us and that is out there for entertainment and the things that are meaningful? How does somebody say this NDAA, the National Defense of Americans Act, this is such a vile piece of legislation, but almost nobody knows what it is? How do people know what to focus on and what not to focus on?
I have to tell you, Dan, this has been a dilemma of mine since I returned from Berlin at the end of April. And to me, Berlin, looking at it, the grand buildings, these are the Germans, they do a lot of great stuff,
Sure.
Goethe, Einstein, Bach, Beethoven, Wagner. And you see all this beautiful construction, but all in between it is all new construction, things that were bombed out during World War II. And I'm saying, how could the Germans allow themselves to let a two-bit freak destroy them? These are proud people. It was probably the highest of civilization in the West at that time, as I look at it.
Sure.
And I don't tell anybody what to believe. That's why I saw it. And I'm Italian. I mean, how could, we're the, kind of the land of Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Rossini, Puccini, Caruso. You go down the list, Galileo. How could they let a two-bit freak destroy them? So to answer your question, why don't all these people see their rights being taken away from them? To me, it's more about the human spirit, the lack of courage, the lack of dignity and respect, the lack of integrity and passion. We're talking jokingly about with the Amish. We're joking about the woman in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that got her garden ripped up, and she used to use these things for medicinal purposes. She's a diabetic and wanted to eat healthy, and they decided she shouldn't. It's going to the airport and submitting to a bunch of two-bit freaks feeling you up. Or let's call it what it is. And everybody's afraid to call a spade a spade. And so, all aboard. Next train to Auschwitz. And that to me is what's going on.
Are you suggesting the political correctness is keeping us from discussing the real issues?
Political correctness, and again, going back in history. It's country after country. There's something in the human spirit. I get people, we do Trends in the News features every day when you sign on to the Trends Journal. And I get letters from people, Mr. Celente, if you're going to be our leader, blah, 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 blah. I'm not your leader. You lead yourself. Find the greatness within you. I don't want anybody to lead me. And I got a lot of things on my mind. I got a business to run, trends to forecast. I don't want to lead anyone. I'm the watchman, the Paul Revere. Iceberg is coming. Oh, lower your voice. Lower your voice. There's people eating down in the dining room. Please don't scream out iceberg. The captain's in control. And if you keep yelling like that, they won't be enjoying the band as they're eating. That's what's going on, Dan. The people don't want to face the truth.
Oh, that's true. That's exactly. But in fairness to the average American, they're working so hard to keep their job, to pay for the rate of inflation, pay for food, pay for drugs, pay for health care, take care of their family, pay for education. They are so focused on that, they don't want to hear anything that's going to take them away from that mission. I think a lot of Americans are saying that their life will naturally end before the problem in America gets so bad that they'll have to deal with it. And they're wrong. Their timelines aren't 10 and 20 and 30 years. Their timeline should be 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years.
Their timeline was years ago.
Yes.
Their timeline was when they instituted the Patriot Act. The timeline began after 9/11 when they began to rape us of all our dignity. and all our rights. There's no Constitution left. And, you know, when I told you about Germany, I've been traveling around the world looking for another place to go.
Sure.
And I came back, and I said, I'm not going to run away from two-bit freaks. So to make my stand and my statement, I just bought one of the most historic buildings in the United States.
Oh, great.
It's on the most historic corner in the United States. Anybody could look it up. It's called the Franz Roggen, Franzroggen, the Franz Roggen House. It's on the most historic corner. It's in Kingston, New York. It's the only place on each corner. There's a stone-built, pre-revolutionary stone building. This building's from 1750. And I said to my friends and my staff, if this is where the first American Revolution began, let's start the second one. But not one of bombs and bullets, but mind and heart. And so that's what I'm doing.
Well, you've got guts digging in the state of New York, my friend. Hey, Gerald, we are short of time, but we absolutely love having you on the show. The website is trendsresearch.com. Trends, Trends, research.com. Our good friend Gerald Celente, anytime you want to come back on, my friend, we will open up a space for you.
Oh, thank you kindly.
All right, God bless you, my friend. We're going to be right back after this break with Dr. Michael Cox, the former chief economist of the Federal Reserve, talking about the Fed's actions today.
You, my story.
Today.